Okay, Harley-Benton Fusion-T HH. I needed a strap to play this guitar sitting down, and Kathy found
It was hanging on the
this
deca
furry strap
from
in
the
the
60s
shop.
or 70s.
This is now the strap that goes with this guitar. All right, so. So I just got this guitar. It came from Germany in like 2 days. I don't know how they did that, but thank you, Thomann, Germany. I've been hearing a lot about these guitars, and being a custom guitar builder and luthier myself, I want to know how these guitars are made, basically. Like, these are $270 or something. Stainless steel frets, flame roasted maple neck, locking tuners, Wilkinson bridge, decent pickups, decent. I mean, it's decent, right? I did a lot of work to this. I took the whole thing apart. I cleaned up the neck and polished it, treated the fretboard. I didn't really do anything really but set it up, but I set it up the way I like it. I had to set the bridge up, set the height and stuff, but you know, basic setup stuff. After that, the neck feels great. These pickups, I mean, this is my Black Star Fly. Sound pretty good. I mean, I got a whole shelf of pickups over there. I was gonna just rip these out. I'm not really sure about the whole kind of pink, mauve, and white pickups thing. But you know what? I'm manly enough to rock this thing, so I figured, why not? Let's leave them in there and just try it and see how it sounds. So it does sound pretty decent. I mean, it can do anything you can do. So here's the thing. I get a lot of these guitars. I got 3 of them sitting right over there. Various Chinese guitars that folks buy on Amazon and such, and they bring it in to me to set them up. I just went through 2 with one of my customers. It's got some frets that are not seated right, and they're kind of not staying down. I'm gonna have to go through gluing and clamping the frets, and then leveling the whole thing, setting them up to get it to play like he wants it to play. I got another one that's, I forget what it is, but it's a pretty cool kind of a 335 copy. The guy paid $180 for. Wants me to set it up. I'm gonna do that. It's gonna need some work. It's pretty, I don't know, it's kind of okay. Nothing to write home about. So I didn't have high hopes for this guitar because I work on a lot of these guitars, and I know what to expect. And let me tell you something. The fretwork on this guitar, it's not up to my fretwork, but you know, it's not custom handmade fretwork. It's mass produced, but these frets are level. They're finished pretty decent. I did take some microfiber and just polish the tops of them because I noticed they had kind of a haze and maybe some light scratches in them, and I just like the feel To me, if you're going to have stainless steel frets, they should feel like stainless steel, right? They should. They should have that nice, smooth, bendy, silky feel. These feel great. The ends are nice. There's no protruding stuff. There's no crazy file marks or any kind of weird ratty stuff that you usually see on a super cheap guitar. And let me just stress that I know I've heard like these are like, these are up there with Sir guitars. I'm just going to say right now to those guys, man, check yourselves, all right? This is in fact a cheaply made, cheaply produced Asian guitar that's made to a certain price point and a certain spec. That said, is very well executed. I took this entire guitar apart. I did not find anything to really show you that jumped out at me that said, man, this is a piece of junk. I paid all together $400 to have this thing shipped from Germany. Shipping was like $75. Would I buy another one? I don't know. I probably would. When I first took it out of the box, I was like, okay, it feels pretty good, but man, it's like gunky. So I did some stuff. I rolled the edges of the fretboard. I cleaned it all up. Like I said, treated. The fretboard was really dry. By the way, it's a separate fretboard and neck. So it's a roasted maple neck and a roasted maple fretboard. Now I have guitars here in my shop that I built that have roasted maple necks and stainless steel frets. So I'm very familiar with what they can be. This is not up to that standard, but I'm going to tell you, man, I am impressed with the quality of this thing. So after I set it up and did my work to it, which is something I would probably charge $150, $175 for. So if you buy one of these things, just don't even take it out of the box, man. Just buy the thing. You can even have it shipped to me. I have a lot of customers that do that with guitars. They ship it right to me. We go over and we do the whole kind of Slamo deep setup on them. I was expecting to have to do some fretwork and everything, and that's all included in that cost, but I did not touch the frets besides what I just said. I just kind of polished them, cleaned them up a little bit. The neck feels great. It's got a nice silky feel. It's kind of chunky, which I love. The fretwork, again, is really straight. I have this neck almost totally straight, and I think I have the action at, let's see, I have it at like 4/64 on the high side, on the treble side, and maybe 5/64 on the bass side, which is pretty standard for me. It's pretty standard low action. It's not buzzing at all. That right there is fantastic. These pickups, like I said, they... sound good, right? Now the trem is kind of weird. The action on this trem, not really sure what is happening, but when I first got it, it had 3 springs in it. The up action on the 3-spring setup was actually bottoming out the spring. You can kind of see that here. So when you get to that point, there's like a stop in the action. So I removed one of the springs and adjusted a little bit, and now it's smooth, feels smooth. But there's not a lot of up pull on it. You know, there was a shim in the neck and the bridge was a little bit higher, but I hate shims in the neck. So I pulled it out, lowered the bridge a little bit. For me, that's perfect because I don't really do that kind of stuff. But as you notice, it's staying in tune pretty well. I did recut the nut. It does have a tusk nut in there. It was cut pretty rough and it was pretty high. I was getting like 60 thousandths above the fret across the board. So I changed it to my spec, which is like from 20 thousandths to about 10 on this side. So that's how I dial my guitars in. So that's how I set this up. And it feels great, sounds great. I don't know what else to say. There's a bazillion reviews on how this thing sounds compared to other guitars and all that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to say that I was all ready to kind of call out the guys who are hyping this guitar up and say, man, you guys are getting paid to review this and blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm a professional luthier. I own my own repair shop. We work on these kind of guitars all day long, every day. And I know what I'm looking at, blah, 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 blah. Well, this is a cool guitar. I'm going to play this. I was going to put this up in the shop, just hang it up and see how much I could get for it. I'm probably going to buy another one and do that. I'm keeping this baby and I'm going to play it. And there you go. Straight from the Slamo's mouth. Slamo out.